Might Dai is Might Guy's father and the man referred to as the Eternal Genin. He got his nickname because he spent 20 years as a Genin. Yes, people in the Hidden Leaf village made fun of him for it and called him the Eternal Genin as an insult. As for why he was never able to become a Chunin, it's because he couldn't use ninjutsu or genjutsu at all. Plus, he also regularly failed even the simple missions. But little did anyone know that the reason he was doing so poorly is because he was training to master the 8 inner gates every single night. That training exhausted his body to the point where he couldn't physically give each mission his all. But still, he never lost that dog in him, and also ultimately passed down his power of youth philosophy to his son Guy. Dai's greatest moment came when his son Guy was ambushed by the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. Guy was about to be killed, and with no other option, Dai made the ultimate decision to open the Gate of Death. In doing so, he managed to take down 4 of the 7 swordsmen before his life force finally ran out. He must be feeling really proud right now considering how his son, Might Guy, went on to be acknowledged as the strongest taijutsu user by Madara Uchiha of all people. Might Guy is the single greatest taijutsu user in Naruto history. He followed his father's path and mastered the strong fist style, which as we all know is all about throwing hands and breaking bones. Unlike his dad, Guy actually became a Jonin and earned the respect of everyone as the Leaf's noble green beast. His strength was so undeniable that even Itachi warned Kisame not to underestimate him. Later before the war, Might Guy proved this by defeating Kisame. Naturally, what makes Guy legendary is his mastery of the 8 inner gates. This forbidden technique unlocks the full potential of the human body. You see, the 8 gates are points in the body that limit a ninja's physical abilities to protect it from self-destruction. If you open these gates, you can exponentially increase your power and speed, but it comes at the cost of extreme damage to your body. And of course, opening the final gate uses up all of the body's life force and results in one's death. This is why it's called the Gate of Death. Might Guy's greatest moment came when he opened the Gate of Death to fight the 10 Tails Jinchuriki Madara Uchiha. In this form, his Evening Elephant technique unleashed 5 consecutive punches so powerful they distorted space itself. His final attack, Night Guy, was so strong it nearly killed the supposedly immortal Madara. No wonder Madara personally declared Guy the strongest opponent he had ever faced. Rock Lee is Might Guy's protege and the true underdog of the Naruto series. Unlike Guy, who could still perform minimal ninjutsu, Lee couldn't use ninjutsu or genjutsu at all. The best he could manage was walking on water. Still, thanks to Guy's guidance and his own relentless hard work, Lee found his way. At just 13, he defeated Sasuke Uchiha, and during the Chunin exams, when he removed his weights, he became the first person to break through Gaara's sand shield and land a direct hit. I think I speak for most of us here when I say that Lee's fight with Gaara is still amongst the absolute peak of what shonen media has to offer. There's also Lee's drunken fist style, which gives him an almost ultra instinct level of combat awareness and also makes his movements impossible to read. When he used this, he was even able to overwhelm someone as strong as Kimimaro. In the OG Naruto, Lee could only open 5 gates, but after the time skip, he mastered the 6th gate. He even used it to save Guy from one of Madara's truth-seeking balls that even Obito couldn't escape with his Kamui. Later, as an adult in the new era, Lee has fully realized his dream of becoming a respectable ninja. He is a Jonin, and can now also use both the 7th and 8th gates. Plus, he has a son, Metal Lee. Unlike his father, Metal Lee can use ninjutsu. He is able to perform both ninjutsu and sealing techniques, though he still chooses taijutsu as his primary fighting style. Much like his father, Metal locks in every day and continuously improves his body. But while Rock Lee is always confident and enthusiastic, Metal is a shy boy who struggles with severe anxiety and stage fright. Whenever he feels pressure or notices others watching him, he fumbles. Nah, not really, because his anxiety can also be an advantage sometimes. Basically, when the anxiety takes over, Metal becomes able to fight in a wild, unpredictable way that's similar to Rock Lee's drunken fist. We call it the anxiety fist. Though, honestly, the craziest thing about Metal Lee is how he can subconsciously open the first of the 8 inner gates. This is big, because the 8 gates require brutal training and control, so the fact that Metal can do this without even realizing it just shows how much potential he has in the art of Taijutsu. Chen is the only known character to actually carry the epithet strongest taijutsu user. He precedes Might Dai by a few generations, and while he is an anime-only character, the fact that he is the only one in the Naruto series to be officially labeled as the strongest taijutsu user makes it hard to leave him out of this list. Chen was a hero of the Leaf Village, but after he lost his student in the Third Great Ninja War, he faked his own death, gave up on being a ninja, and disappeared. But fast forward to a couple decades later, his granddaughter tells Lee, Naruto, and Tenten that Chen is still alive. When they find him, Naruto thinks he's some kind of fraud and attacks him. But Chen quickly proves he's the real deal by using the ultimate taijutsu technique, Leaf Dragon God. It's such a legendary technique that it leaves Lee beyond amazed. Lee asks Chen to teach him the move, but Chen refuses because of the trauma he still carries from losing his student, who also couldn't use ninjutsu. Chen eventually passed away, but during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kabuto brought him back to life using the reanimation jutsu. Both Might Dai and Lee faced off against him, and during the battle, Chen apologized to Lee for what he said years ago. In the end, he broke free from the reanimation jutsu and left. Neji Hyuga is the prodigy of the Hyuga clan. The Hyuga clan has their own taijutsu style called the Gentle Fist, and it's the opposite of Might Dai's Strong Fist style. While Strong Fist style is about breaking bones, Gentle Fist is about shutting down your opponent's ability to use jutsu. It's about damaging internal organs directly, and even though it makes use of the Byakugan, it's still very much a style of taijutsu. You see, nearly every ninja uses taijutsu in some way, because taijutsu is just hand-to-hand combat, but only a handful of ninjas use taijutsu as their primary fighting style. These include ninjas like Might Dai and Rock Lee, who can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu properly, and also members of the Hyuga clan. The reason for this is that while the Byakugan enhances their vision and helps guide them in battle, it doesn't grant them special ninjutsu, genjutsu, or other abilities like the Sharingan or Rinnegan. This is also why we're not including characters like Madara Uchiha or the Raikage in this list. Even though they're excellent at taijutsu, their fighting styles rely more on their ninjutsu or genjutsu. For example, all the Raikage use ninjutsu like the lightning release chakra mode to enhance their physical strength. Madara, on the other hand, is an Uchiha who had the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and then the Rinnegan. In both cases, it's not taijutsu that plays the primary role in their strength. That said, let's talk about Neji. He learned the Gentle Fist style by himself at a very young age. With his 8 trigram 64 palms, he could attack multiple enemies at once by hitting their chakra points to stop them from using their jutsu. He could even use it to block a barrage of weapons coming at him. For defense, Neji had the 8 trigrams palms revolving heaven. By spinning and releasing chakra from his whole body, he made a shield that could block attacks from all sides. Even if someone managed to hold him down, Neji could release chakra from his pressure points to break free. During the time skip, he became a Jonin and added the 8 trigrams vacuum palm to his skills. This move let him hit enemies from a distance or push away incoming attacks. Sadly, Neji's story ended during the Fourth Great Ninja War, where he sacrificed himself to save Hinata and Naruto from the Ten Tails' attack. But if there's one Hyuga whose taijutsu is even greater than Neji's, it would be Hinata's father. Hiashi Hyuga is the head of the Hyuga clan and a true master of the Gentle Fist taijutsu style. His strength was first shown when he killed the Cloud's Head ninja with a single strike to the Heart's chakra pathway. Just one hit, and the guy was done. To put Hiyashi's skill into perspective, Neji's Taijutsu stats in the 3rd databook are 4.5 out of 5. Meanwhile, Hiyashi's Taijutsu stats in the 2nd databook are a perfect 5 out of 5. The 3rd databook came out after the Naruto timeskip, so since Neji didn't get a perfect score, it's safe to say he never reached the peak of his Taijutsu potential like Hiashi did. It's reasonable to say that if Might Dai represents the peak of Strong Fist, then Hiashi represents the peak of Gentle Fist. During the 4th Great Ninja War, Hiashi and Neji combined their Revolving Heaven techniques to create a defense strong enough to block the Ten-Tails' massive tail. He then also used the 8 trigrams vacuum wall palm with both hands to knock away one of the Ten-Tails' tails all by himself. Killer Bee deserves to be here because of his unique fighting style, Disturbance Taijutsu. But wait, why are we including a Jinchuriki like Killer Bee but not the Raikage? It's because the Raikage relies on ninjutsu to boost his physical abilities, while B's fighting style is based on his physical combat and sword skills. Disturbance Taijutsu is described as being like a warrior's dance. B fights with 7 swords at once by holding them in his mouth, under his arms, between his joints, and even in the crook of his elbow. This lets him pull off fast, unpredictable movements that overwhelm opponents from multiple angles. Even Sasuke, with his Mangekyo Sharingan, struggled to keep up with B's Disturbance Taijutsu. I mean, you know you ain't built for this when your opponent stops mid-fight to write a few rap verses. Tsunade is the only one of the legendary Sannin whose main fighting style is Taijutsu. Her incredible raw strength comes from the Senju and Uzumaki life force she inherited, but it's also thanks to her advanced understanding of chakra and the human body. It is said that her Taijutsu skills are at the highest level of efficiency. To put it in simple terms, if chakra were like ki, then Tsunade's Taijutsu is like Goku's mastery of ki control. She channels chakra into her fists and feet and releases it at the exact moment of impact to deliver devastating blows. This is how she can send you flying with a finger flick. You see, her style of taijutsu uses the precise chakra control and concentration required in medical ninjutsu to boost her strength to superhuman levels. It's called chakra-enhanced strength. When you think about it, it's kind of like a different approach to how Lee and Might Dai enhance their power by opening the chakra gates. Again, this isn't about a ninjutsu technique like the Raikage's lightning armor. Tsunade's strength is pure taijutsu. That said, Tsunade does have her creation rebirth technique, which allows her to keep fighting through injuries that would stop anyone else. This means she can focus entirely on offensive taijutsu without worrying about defense. In the end, Tsunade could use ninjutsu if she wanted to. She's capable of using fire, water, earth, and lightning nature transformations. However, she chooses to focus on taijutsu because she's mastered it to such an incredible degree that it's more effective than any ninjutsu she could perform. Sakura is Tsunade's protege and an exceptional taijutsu user in her own right. Just like Tsunade, Sakura turns her extraordinary chakra control into raw strength. But unlike Tsunade, she doesn't have the natural advantages of Senju or Uzumaki blood, which makes her feats even more impressive. After the time skip, Sakura showed how strong she had become. She could smash the ground apart with one punch, destroy Sasori's puppets easily, and send enemies flying with her raw power. Later, when she learned the strength of 100 seal, Sakura became even stronger. The strength of 100 seal is a powerful technique that Tsunade taught her. It takes years of training and perfect chakra control to master. Basically, by storing a large amount of chakra on her forehead, Sakura created a diamond-shaped seal. When the seal is released, it gives her superhuman strength, the ability to heal injuries almost instantly, and enough energy to keep fighting without getting tired. Thanks to this, Sakura could destroy entire buildings, rip up huge chunks of the ground, and even break off one of Kaguya Otsutsuki's horns with a single punch. Even Hashirama Senju said her raw strength might even be greater than Tsunade's. Kimimaro had what is considered the ultimate taijutsu ability. We're talking about the Kekkei Genkai called the Dead Bone Pulse. It allowed him to manipulate his own skeletal structure and create weapons from his bones that could be used for both offense and defense. It's called the ultimate taijutsu ability because it perfectly complements pure taijutsu fighting in the sense that it enhances one's physical combat capabilities through bone manipulation. On top of this Kekkei Genkai, Kimimaro's personal taijutsu skills were also legendary. He could defeat hundreds of Naruto's Nine Tails enhanced shadow clones effortlessly without taking a single hit. His movements were so efficient that even our boy Rock Lee acknowledged Kimimaro as a master who doesn't waste a single movement.